Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and I'm going to confess I screwed up guys. So last weekend I competed at a PCA show. I have mentioned that on the channel, but I didn't film a single thing. Unfortunately I didn't have Jasmine with me, so she couldn't, she didn't, normally she films me. And normally I'm really preoccupied when it comes to the build up to a show, so I completely forgot to film anything. And it was the show I won, the first win of the season. So I thought I'd do a recap video anyway. That's the first time I competed in an untested fed, and I had a really great experience. So we took home the win, guys. Thanks for everyone who has supported me, supported my channel. Honestly, it's been amazing. I'm going to see if I can maybe put some footage up on this video of my eye walk. I think that was the only video footage I've got from the day, and maybe some photos as well. But let's go through the lead up, what we did differently from the Heart of England. Obviously, my last vlog was on the Heart of England, and what I kind of did, maybe made mistake wise, and what we needed to do in the lead up to this show. So I'll kind of briefly recap that from the Heart of England. So basically, I didn't come in lean enough for the Heart of England, and my look was a little bit overspilled, but I was on very late at night, so I had a little bit too much carbohydrates throughout the day of the show, and it was really hard to peak for it anyway. But I decided to go and jump in a PCA show because I wanted to give an untested fed a go. I feel like I've got enough size to stand against some of the assisted guys, so I thought, why not? And I know there's a lot of sort of controversy at the moment with natty guys and girls going to compete in untested feds with the new WNBF rule. If you haven't heard about that, basically, if you're a WNBF pro, you can't go and compete in untested feds and try and win a pro card there. Otherwise, you kind of give up your WNBF pro status, and I don't think you can compete with them again. So that's a rule they've made up recently. Don't quote me on that because some of that might not quite be right. So go and look it up for yourself. But I kind of agree with the rule. Like if I was a WNBF pro, like I would just stay in that sort of in the WNBF, and I promote natural bodybuilding. But I almost think natty guys and girls going to compete at some of these untested feds and doing very well is a good promotion in itself, because it shows that like this is what you can achieve as a natural. It gives more exposure because these untested feds are a lot bigger, so it gives more exposure to natural bodybuilding, and that being a potential route, because ultimately I do bodybuilding because I love it. I love the journey. So it's not just about winning for me, although I really aim to do as best as I can. And, you know, a lot of times I do want to go in and do very well. It's about the journey, and also it helps massively with my business. So for me, like going to some of these untested feds is just good promotion, and good for myself as well. So I wanted to give PCA a shot because I'd heard a lot of good things. I'd been to the PCA Scottish show at the beginning of the year, to watch a few of my friends actually compete in that. And I just loved the way it was ran. It was ran really efficiently. The stage looked amazing. The production looked really good. The Instagram spot on. They've got, you know, reels of the athletes. So I thought, well, this is a federation. If there's any of the untested ones I wanted to compete in, it would be PCA. And that's also to say that I don't like promote untested feds either. Like, I'm not gonna go and buy the t-shirt and wear like a PCA t-shirt, because again, I am a natural athlete, so I get there is some degree of responsibility as a natty to kind of go along and compete and show what natties can do, but maybe not to promote the federation. I'm waffling a bit here, guys, sorry. But anyway, the lead up, so we needed to get a little bit leaner, and that's exactly what we did. We spent 8 days digging very hard, so cardio went up to an hour. My food was dropped down to around 2,000 on training days, 1,800 on rest days. I'm not gonna lie, that dug me into a hole a little bit. So out of that, we knew we had to back off the gas and kind of reverse out. So around 5 days out from the PCA show, started backing off the gas. So slowly trickling up food, slowly reducing cardio. And the point in that is to kind of drop off that inflammation fatigue so you're at a really nice set point to load. Now, we learned from the UK DFA show that the load was a little too much on the day of the show itself. So what we did was 850 grams of carbs going in on the Friday, and then we thought, well, we'll load up. That's going to wash away, again, a little bit of that fatigue inflammation. So I'm probably going to soak that amount of carbs up quite quickly. And then we're just going to taper down towards the show. So on the Saturday, the day before the show, we went slightly less. Instead of 850, we went 650. And then the day of the show, we went even less again as we were on sort of about 2-3 o'clock. And we knew before I just needed to go a little less food and keep that midsection as crispy as possible. Now with the newfound condition as well, that happens. So really crispy midsection. And yeah, so going into the show, I guess I didn't really have any expectations again because I was up against guys who were big, but I quite quickly found out I wasn't outmatched on size. Like I looked at a lot of the tall guys and actually I could kind of hold my own. So I mean, this was just the night before at the tan because I saw a lot of the guys there and I was like, actually, I'm not getting outsized here and my condition's pretty spot on. So I was happy with that, but again, you know, there's a few good guys. I was like, oh, I don't know how I'll do. So I just was like with the mentality of I'm going to go into the show, I'm going to have fun, and that's exactly what I did. So waking up in the morning of the show, we got the base coat tan the night before, and then I needed to get another coat tan. Now that was another learning curve from the UK DFB Heart of England, was my tan just wasn't dark enough. So I asked for an extra coat, an extra top coat, just to make me extra dark, and the tan was absolutely spot on. Want to get a huge shout out to the tanning team there. They were absolutely brilliant. I don't think I've had a tanning experience quite like that, because they were just really attentive. They were always on me, like touching me up. Getting my glaze on was done really efficiently. Like they were checking, double checking. So yeah, really, really good in that sense. Now the PCA show was ran really effectively as well. When we were backstage, they would give us little prompts and warnings. We pretty much knew exactly when we were going to be on, which previous shows I'm not going to mention, but I have no idea when I'm going to be on, and you're kind of left in the dark. But I think just because they're so smooth and they know exactly the times of the classes, because they've kind of got it, they've got it down to a T basically. You know when you're going to go on. So that was great. It put my mind at ease because I wasn't stressed about when I had to pump up or anything. I had a really good pump up, and we stepped on stage with the other guys. Again, it's really hard to tell backstage how you sort of match up against these other guys. Because you can't like see yourself. Obviously you see yourself in the mirror, but you can kind of compare side by side, right? So I just was like, right, there's some good guys here, but I'm just going to go and have fun. So I went and did that, and I relaxed in my poses. Posing was very relaxed and chilled, and quite quickly I was moved to center. So I was happy about that. I've had that a few times, first off getting moved to center, but then I always get moved out. And that happened once again. I got moved out of centre. I was like, okay, here we go again. Another repeat of the UK DFBA, another repeat of WNBF UAE. We did another few rounds, and then we were put off to the side. Did our eye walks. Really happy with my eye walk. I'll put it up now. And then after the eye walks, it was the presentation. So third place was called out. And that was a guy I thought was really, really good. The previous night I saw him and I was like, he's pretty good. Really big as well, size-wise, similar to myself. So I was like, okay, right, third's gone. Maybe I'm fourth. And then second place. And then finally, my name was called, and to be honest with you guys, I kind of broke into tears a little bit because there was a lot of emotions coming out. Basically, obviously, just falling short of what I aimed to do earlier on in the year. This one meant a huge amount, and also, you know, stepping against guys who are assisted and holding my own. So, yeah, it just really meant a great deal to me. And I guess my coach kind of saw that emotion as I was coming off the stage as well. Had to do a little bit of an interview, which was cool. You can go and check the PCA page. I've got a little spiel on there, so you can, or I've got my interview on there, so you can go and watch that. But gave the interview, and then I had about an hour until I was back on stage for the overall. Now the overall, guys, there's three natties. There's myself, Josh Croggan, who won the short class, who I've previously competed against. We were kind of head-to-head rivals back in 2021. He won the pro card at the WMBF Supernaturals. I was in overall against him. I'm sure I've spoken about on the channel before. And then the other lad, Jack Hatterley, I believe his name is, sorry if that is wrong, junior guy. And then one of my friends actually who trains in Edinburgh, who I've given posing sessions to, the Masters guy, Pankaj, who I know. So I knew pretty much everyone in that overall because Jack was at the Heart of England. He won the overall there. So went on again. At this point I'd achieved gold, and I was like over the moon with that. So I was just like, I'm gonna go in the overall and with the same mentality, go and have fun. So did that, and the overall was called out. Unfortunately, it wasn't myself, it was Jack. Unbelievable junior athlete, ridiculous back. So he won it, and yeah, really nice shape as well. So he definitely deserved that overall. So that was the end of the day, guys. It was about 5:30 I finished, or maybe about 5 o'clock, which was nice to finish at that time rather than 9 o'clock at night. So I enjoyed a McDonald's after, and we headed straight back up the road. But I can tell you it was a brilliant experience competing with the PCA. I would highly recommend it, especially like for natural athletes. If you're maybe a men's physique guy or a bikini girl, I would definitely recommend going in one of these shows, especially if you've been training for a while and you do have the sides to carry you against some of these assisted guys and girls. So definitely would recommend it. And yeah, I have an invite to the British finals, which I'm still undecided whether or not I'm going to do, because it would mean I'd have to do back-to-back shows for 3 weekends, and the main show for me is the WMBF Supernaturals. So I'm kind of hesitant about it. We'll see. But the plan now, guys, is we are 3 days out from the UKDFB British finals. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I had to, obviously, after the show, really pull my food all the way back down and up cardio a little bit just to pull me back to baseline. It is now a Thursday, and we load again with the exact same strategy as the PCA as of tomorrow. So very excited for that, and we are hopefully going to bring a very similar look to the PCA show, and just hopefully that look will be favoured. I know with the sort of tested feds, that's one thing. Like the untested feds have kind of opened my horizons a bit, because I am a bigger guy and I kind of stand my own in those feds, whereas in the tested feds, I've almost outgrown a little bit the men's physique category, and I'm maybe in some federations, although WMBF have changed the criteria a bit and they want bigger men's physique guys, but in some natty federations I may be suited more to a bodybuilding class. But I'm going to talk more about that after the season. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next episode.